Hi guys, Jay here. Just wanted to speak to you today quickly about rain screening on buildings. Working with a lot of first-time buyers, this is something that I bring up now. All buildings do not need to be rain screened. I don't want to get that confused. If a building was built properly, it could very well last 100 years without needing rain screening. But some of the buildings that you hear in the 80s, early 90s that had issues with the building code back then and were rotting from the inside do need to get that rain screening done. And the rain screening is basically an envelope system put in place to prevent the building from rotting from the inside walls out. What happened, a little bit of history, is with the old building codes they had to make an airtight seal in the walls of the building, now the external walls. So what would happen on a day like today when it's nice and chilly, you've got the cold air hitting the outside of the building, and then when you are at your warm fireplace on the inside, obviously that hot air is coming to the external walls from the inside. So the cold air on the outside meeting the hot air on the inside builds condensation in the center of that exterior wall. Now, being airtight, that condensation will then stay there, get into the wood, and rot the wall from the inside out. And that's the reason for rain screening. It's basically the exterior walls have rotted right out, allowing leaks, so on and so forth, typically around the windows, and which is a huge cost to get fixed. So if your building doesn't need to be rain screened, just be prepared for a big hit on your contingency fund and possibly yourselves. And if it doesn't, like the one I'm going to show you has already been rain screened. This is a very large positive in older buildings. If it's been rain screened already, if it was for a proactive strata, just wanting to do it, but typically the case is there was an issue and they started to see signs of the rotting, so they've gotten it taken care of, being proactive, and we have what we do today. So I'll just show you quickly. I'll show you this first wall here, and then I'll show you the windows. As you see at the very top here, there is a little gap. So this entire wall, there is a little, probably ½ or 3/4 of an inch gap behind it, allowing the air to circulate right through. So it's not locking it in. Then at the bottom here, as you can see, there's a gap again, and I can put my fingers right up under this gap, and I feel right now I'm rubbing on some mesh. So it's not allowing anything to get up into the wall, little bugs or birds if it's a bigger gap possibly or anything like that. But there is a gap. So this wall is actually just I guess a face wall, a false wall if you will, because there is a gap behind it, allowing that air circulation. Now if we're going to look at the windows here, let me just zoom in. On the top you can see that little white sill. What that is going to push the rain that does hit the exterior of the building out and away from the window system. So you see it again at the bottom there, it's not as clear, but that's the idea behind that. So the whole idea behind the rain screening is to allow air into the wall for it to prevent condensation buildup and to get the water away from the envelope of the building. Now between levels, this is between the second and third floor, you see this white sill as well. So what that is, again, when water is going to come down the side, the exterior of that wall, it's going to hit that aluminum sill and be pushed away and drip off of the building. So it's not running down the whole exterior side of the building. And again, you can see the gap up underneath above that sill, allowing that air to circulate right through. And those are obvious between each floor of the building. So these are some of the things you can look for to see if a building actually is rain screened. It's pretty evident now that you know kind of what to look for. It's very black and white if the building is or is not. It does have a rain screen on there. So that's basically it. If you do have any other questions about rain screening or anything in regards to buying your first place, and there's any questions you do have, you know how to contact me. Again, my name is Jay McInnes. You can reach me at jay@jaymckinnes.com. JAYMCINNES. Have a happy New Year's, guys. Bye for now.